So, depending on how long you've been with me, you may remember that I did a reading friends quote video probably like a year and a half ago, if I had to guess. I was going through this Friends gig. I had just watched it from beginning to end for the first time, and I was obsessed with it. And so I read classic quotes from Friends, and that was really fun for me. So I wanted to do it again, but with the show Schitt's Creek. Schitt's Creek is on Netflix right now. That is where I'm watching it. I feel like it's not new, but I feel like there's like a wave of new people that are watching it for the first time, and it's like trending on Netflix. And I finally watched it. I actually kind of watched it backwards because I had watched the last season or half of the last season with my cousin while we were together one day, and I was working and she was watching TV. And so I was like, oh, this is actually really funny, so I want to like watch it. So I kind of watched the end before I started from the beginning, which kind of stunk, but whatever. I love it. I've become so obsessed with it. It's so stupid, but I love it. It's so funny. If any of you watch it too, which I'm assuming most of you do since you clicked on this video. I mean, right? Isn't it? It's so stupid, but it's so funny. David, for me, makes the show. Just everything he says, just the way he says it, his delivery makes me laugh. Alexis is annoying, but in a good way. Moira is a freaking lunatic, but she makes me laugh too. And Johnny is just, I mean, I don't know, I'm like indifferent about Johnny, but I like Eugene Levy, so I have a list of 85 Schitt's Creek quotes to make you feel like part of the Rose family. So we're gonna go through and read these iconic quotes, okay? So the show premiered in 2015, so it's not new, like I said, but it just has like these just amazing one-liners. Alright, so let's just get started. We'll see how many I can remember and how many you guys can remember. So the first one says, I'm trying very hard not to connect with people right now. David, I'm gonna pause for like a couple seconds if you want to guess who said it. The next one's easy. Hide your diamonds, hide your exes. I'm a little bit Alexis. And she sings her original song. Oh, I'd kill for a good coma right now. That one is Moira. Like Beyonce, I excel as a solo artist. That's David. If you're looking for an ass to kiss, it's mine. That's Roland. The next one says, tweet us on Facebook. That's Johnny. It's a very Johnny thing to say. Okay, yeah, no, I did not write this. Okay, like, I didn't even choose this font. It's horrible. That's Alexis. I remember this one. What kind of barnyard were you raised in? It's David. I don't want to brag, but Us Weekly once described me as up for anything. That is Alexis. The idea of me life coaching another human being should scare you a lot. That's David. Yeah, no, I totally get that. That's Alexis on something she totally does not get. Okay. This one, I'll just tell you who it is. Patrick, we just need a body. David, then go to the morgue. Well, this town is very screamnastic. That is Johnny. Yeah, very uninterested in that opinion. David. if you could even call it an accent. I don't know why she speaks like that. You'd think there'd be more of a market for oversized paintings of other people's families. That one is Stevie. I really like Stevie as well. Okay. Just remember, no sudden movements. Do not reach for the glove box, and no matter what happens, do not tell them your real name. That is Alexis. Moira, who put a picture of a ghost on my desk. Roland, that's the sonogram of our baby. Okay. Is there like a Texas Chainsaw movie being filmed out there that I'm not aware of? And that is David when he is talking about Roland's styling choices, his clothes. Okay. You strike me as the sort of person that had a hard time in high school. That is Jocelyn saying that to David. Why am I getting booed? Johnny, that one's not funny. I don't know why that one's in here. Okay. I wasn't in rehab. I was at rehab visiting Stavros. That is Alexis talking about her ex-boyfriend. I will not feel shame about the mall pretzels. Same. That is David. I wanted to play, like, if I ever watched Schitt's Creek with someone and like wanted to play a drinking game, if you took a drink or a shot or whatever of how many times you hear Alexis say David in an episode, right? I wouldn't actually do that, but it would be a funny concept. Okay, the next one says, I won't wear anything with an adhesive backing. It's Moira. Okay, stop doing that with your face. Alexis. Okay, but if those bunnies feel exploited even a little bit, I am pulling the plug. That is Ted. Ted did a complete 180 from like little nerdy vet in the first season to like a total smoke show in the other seasons. I was like, dang, okay, Ted. Alright. The next one says, I haven't bedazzled anything since I was 22. That's David. I'm incapable of faking sincerity. That is Stevie. There's nothing here but hot singles in my area. I don't remember that one. That one's Moira. There's nothing here but hot singles in my area. I don't remember that one. Okay. But people love extreme vanity, and they love puppies. It's Alexis. The next one. Hashtag. Is that 2 words? Can you guess who said that one? Johnny. You smell very flammable right now. And that is David talking to Stevie when she's drunk. Do I wear my fringed vest? Or more importantly, do I wear anything under it? That is Patrick. I freaking love Patrick. I love Patrick. I want a Patrick for me. Alright, the next one says, we're drinking to me not becoming an alcoholic. That is Stevie. The next one, Alexis. What's your favorite season? Moira. Awards. Moira is like she's an actress, but she's kind of become like a washed up actress, kind of. But she still has that like hoity-toity attitude. I just said hoity-toity, oh my god. Turning into my mother. Okay. The next one says, you just watch a season of Girls and do the opposite of what they do. And that is David on surviving in New York City. Alexis, and yes, I did not finish high school. Is this long, boring story involving a yacht and a famous soccer player and like a ton of mushrooms. That one's Alexis, if you couldn't tell. Okay. I didn't go missing, David. The FBI knew where I was the entire time. It's Alexis. The internet is a breeding ground for freaks. That is David. Oh, in case you wake up in a chair with your hands duct taped together, you can snap the duct tape by just raising your hands over your head and then bringing them down really hard. It's Alexis. Okay. The next one. David. I got these at a showroom in Paris. Stevie. I got these on the clearance rack at Target. I'm only doing this because you called me rude, and I take that as a compliment. That is Stevie. The actual longest relationship was a 3-month affair with a Saudi prince, but for the last 2 months of that, I was trapped in his palace trying to get to an embassy. That is Alexis. Alexis has a very interesting past. You're not the only one with an online presence. That is Johnny. Gossip is the devil's telephone. Best to just hang up. That's Moira. That's actually a good one. I kind of like that. I have my own holiday tradition. It's like the 12 days of Christmas, but it's one day with 12 bottles of wine. That is Stevie. I actually just watched that episode. I remember that. I plan on popping a pill, crying a bit, and falling asleep early. That one is David, and that's when Patrick asks him what he's going to do for his birthday. And that's what he says. I don't skate through life, David. I walk through life in really nice shoes. Alexis. I could not be more at one with nature. I do Coachella every year. That is David. You know what, David? You get murdered first for once. Alexis. The next one, Johnny says, my son is pansexual. Roland says, I know what that is. That's cookware fetish. Okay. No matter what anyone says, you will always be our first dad. That is David to Johnny. The next one is fall off a bridge, please. That is David to Alexis. David and Alexis. Their banter back and forth is just, it is everything. It's so funny. Okay. My car is worth less than your pants. Well, I've seen your car, and that makes sense to me. That one says Alexis / David, so I don't know which one it actually is. Okay. You do realize I'm a professional vocalist. That was the closest I'm ever gonna get to the Moira voice. I once hosted the non-televised portion of the People's Choice Awards. That is also Moira. This wine is awful. Get me another glass. That is also Moira. Same. Okay. You know, being approachable isn't that important anyway. The Queen hasn't smiled since the 70s, and her birthdays are still very well attended. That is David. I have lost all my skills, and now I know how it feels to be utterly helpless like you and your sister. That's Moira. Always the loving mother. Just think of them thing. And then there was that time last summer when he left his Molly in my glove compartment, and then I got arrested. That's Alexis. Yeah, no, I know composting. Gwyneth Paltrow does a compost gift exchange. That's Alexis. Okay, the next good amount are all Alexis, so I'm not even gonna bother saying her name. I went on a blind date to Bali with Leo, so I'm pretty sure it'll be fine. Honestly, twy ixnay on the ong say, because I tried it once and the guy ripped the guitar out of my hands and he just started smashing it on the ground. Granted, I am tone deaf and he was super angry marine, but I don't remember that one either. So this is weird. Today marks the longest relationship I've ever voluntarily had with someone. Yeah, the actual longest relationship was a 3-month affair with the Saudi prince. For the last 2 months of that, I was trapped in his palace trying to get to an embassy. Okay, we read part of that earlier. I guess they didn't realize they did that one twice. It's a list of BuzzFeed's most motivational quotes for girl bosses under 30. It's Alexis. My son lives in a barn in the woods by choice. He could be the next mayor of this town if he wanted it. That's Roland. He loves everyone. Men, women, women who become men, men who become women. I'm his father, and I always wanted his life to be easy, but, you know, just pick one gender, and maybe everything would have been less confusing. That's Johnny, but he doesn't actually mean that. That's when he was trying to explain to Roland what pansexual meant. Roland, well, you know, Johnny, when it comes to matters of the heart, we can't tell our kids who to love. Who said that? Johnny, you did. Roland's annoying to me. I don't know. I'm not a huge Roland fan. I'd really like you to sing at my cousin's funeral. She's not been... Sorry, I have to do that one again. I'd really like you to sing at my cousin's funeral. She's not dead, but she's been coughing a lot lately. That's Roland. Where is Bebe's chamber? That's Moira. Moira, she doesn't say baby. She says bebe. Even just talking about a baby, she'll be like, where's the bebe? Because she's just weird. I miss being surrounded by loose acquaintances who think I'm funny and smart and charming. It's Alexis. How mercurial is life? We all imagine being carried from the ashes by the goddess Artemis, and here I get a ballotron from Barnum and Bailey. That is Moira. What now? Do I leave everything behind and move to some random island to be with the love of my life? Because I did that with Harry Styles in England and it was like too rainy. So stupid. That was Alexis. Fear not, she hath risen. That is Moira talking about herself. Oh, look at David. Smart enough to get that joke, but not smart enough to stop wearing sweaters in the middle of winter. That doesn't say who it is, but I know it's Johnny. That was from the episode, the roasting episode. Okay, 2 more. I would be pleased to RSVP as pending. Moira. The last one. You might want to rethink the nightgown first. There's a whole Ebenezer Scrooge thing happening. My best to Bob Cratchit. That was David. So those are all the quotes. I actually skipped a couple because they were repeats. I guess maybe more than one person wrote the article. I don't know. But I freaking love Schitt's Creek. I'm so sad there are only 6 seasons. I'm gonna talk about it more, I'm sure, in my next Netflix video, but it's such like a feel-good comedy. Like I said, it's stupid, but but it's very like sitcom-y, has a sitcom feel. The episodes are like 21 minutes each, so you fly through it. I think there was one day where I was home and I watched one whole season in a day, and there are only 13 episodes a season, so it's very short, but it's so good, guys. If you haven't watched it, I would recommend it. Again, don't hate me because it is stupid, but it'll make you laugh, I promise. It'll put you in a good mood. So anyway, that was just a fun little video for today. I hope that you guys enjoyed it, and I will see you in